Armando, nice to see you.
Good to see you.
How's it going?
Good.
Good. Who's up first?
We just got the news that you guys reworked Xavier Howard's contract. Can you talk to us a little bit about the process and what this 2-week or multiple month journey has been for the team and for X?
Well, we're excited. We look. I've been up here multiple times saying we've been making progress. We had Barry. Barry was asking me question after question about progress. We were making progress. I know you guys probably felt like we were, or I wasn't, giving you all the information, which I wasn't. But we were working on it, and I'm not going to give you guys the details. But we're excited to have gotten this done, and we are, just looking forward to continually improving with X and really his teammates on a day-to-day basis, and just try to just build and get better offensively, defensively in the kicking game.
Do you feel like this is a Band-Aid or this is a solution that will take you throughout the length of the contract?
Look, we're excited to have X. He's obviously a very good player, a good teammate. You can see that by the way his teammates support him. I'm a one day at a time guy, so that's how we're going to approach things. In any negotiation, I think compromise is important, like which we talked about the other day. And at the end of the day, we want all sides to be to be happy. We feel like that's the case right now, and that's how we'll move forward.
Brian, when this thing first started to unravel, what was your level of concern, given that he was your MVP last year?
Look, like you said, he's a very good player. So we want him back. We wanted him here. We want him here, and he's here. And we're excited to have him. So the level of concern was, I can't say that there was much level of concern. I think, Chris, Brandon, X's representation, there was always, communication. So, like I said a few weeks ago, I think anytime there's lines of communications that are open, there's dialogue, there's concessions, compromise, whatever you want to call it, on both sides. Which obviously on our side there was definitely some concessions, and you do that on a case by case basis with certain players, and in this instance, we felt like we're always going to do what we feel is best for the team, and we're excited to have him.
You had previously talked about not setting precedents. You used the word precedent. Is this not a precedent?
Look, I think I think every situation is different. I don't, that's the case in football. I mean, I think there's instances where there's some defenses you wouldn't run, or plays you wouldn't run or would run, and then you can run them with certain players or certain coaches or schemes or whatever it may be. So I think it's case by case, it's situation by situation, and in this instance we felt, but I would say in any instance we're going to do what we feel is best for the team, and something we think at the end of the day will help us.
Ryan, should we assume he'll be a full participant in practice?
He is, obviously was dealing with the ankle, which was day-to-day practice yesterday, practice the day before. We're probably still going to be on a modified kind of process here and working back in. That's the case with him and some other players, as you guys have seen and noted throughout training camp, and that's how we'll move forward with him.
There was a report this morning from Michael Lombardi, the former Patriots executive, saying Dolphins are calling around looking for offensive line depth. Is that accurate? Are you happy with the depth that you have right now behind the group that's been, getting bulk of first team snaps?
Yeah, we're happy with the guys we have. Like always, I'm not going to get into conversations that we have with other teams but I think we've got good depth, on the offensive line, along the offensive line. But look, this time of year, there's conversations that are had on a daily basis about players offensively, defensively, and the kicking game. So and those conversations will only pick up moving forward. It's that time of the year, so yeah. I mean, I'm not sure that's big news. I think it's that's just the time of year it is. Everyone's kind of having conversations as we get into preseason games. I was a scout. I went to those preseason games and was looking for, offensive tackles, offensive guards, defensive tackles, safeties. I'm timing long snappers to just see if there's anyone that's you feel like is going to get cut loose that potentially may help your team. So I'm not sure if that's the big news. I think everyone's looking for different ways to improve their team, and we're definitely part of that. We're no different than any other team.
Jalen Waddle yesterday, he's got a compression sleeve on his right calf, and he seemed to be, I know that we've gone through this before, a little bit of a limp or modified walk. Is there an injury that is a concern with him? Still looks fast.
I mean, I think after 9 training camp practices, he's a rookie. He's first time kind of going through it at this level, at these speeds. I know he went to a great, in Alabama, they got a lot of great players, but it's his first time, in this environment. I would just kind of chalk it up to soreness, and he'll be out there today, and we'll just take it one day at a time, try to get better. And that's the case. We got a lot of guys who are sore and tired, and they're pushing through and working hard, and we'll push through. We'll push through again today.
You've spoken about his toughness before. That's one thing that you guys really liked about him, even like trying to play in the championship game.
Yeah, I mean, he's a tough kid. It's important to him, and he'll push through some let's call it minor bruises, soreness, and give us what he's got. So, but again, it's training camp. We're gonna be sore, we're gonna be tired. We just gotta, that's part of kind of building the mental toughness of the team as well.
Kids you got to drag off the field.
Yeah, we got a lot of guys like that though. We got a lot of guys who want to be out there, who it's important to them, who want to compete. He's no different. And I think he's done a nice job so far, but still a long way to go.
With Lynn Bowden Jr., where is his development in this offense? I know he's primarily working with second team. He's kind of in that, I don't even know what you call it, the jet sweep role. What whole progress did you expect to see from him in the second year in this offense?
Like any other second-year player, just more comfortable with just the National Football League, the schedule, obviously this area, and how we do things. So the conditioning we want our players to be in, the level of execution we're looking for, alignment, assignment, responsibility, the things that really have nothing to do with athletic ability. We want that to be 100%. If it doesn't, obviously it's not all the time, but that's the goal. So those are the things that I know Lynn, in his second year understands, and I think he's doing a nice job of taking care of those little things. And I think, like I tell all the players, or we tell all the players, it's not just me, it's our entire coaching staff, support staff, everyone in the organization. If you just continue taking care of all the little things and, some of the bigger things that, everyone talks about, they normally come to fruition, but it starts kind of with taking care of those little things.
Could you say what Noah Igbenogany needs to improve on?
There's techniques, fundamentals, but this is for everyone. Not specific to Noah. But leverage, footwork, hand placement. Where's your help and use your help. you could say that about, Solomon Kinley. Footwork, hand placement. Where's your help? Who's your help? You could say that about, Tua. Go through your progression. If it's there, hit it. If it's not, check it down. I think it's, and you could say that about some of the veteran players as well. But, you asked about Noah. I think he's making improvement on a daily basis. I think as a young player, there's always a lot to learn, and there's still more to learn. And he's tried to be a sponge with some of the older players, and I think he's on the right track, and we'll keep working with him and get him better.
Coach, with regards to the 53-man roster, and let's just say hypothetically receiver 6 versus tight end 4, how do you and your staff and Chris and upstairs kind of balance which whether or not their production on offense or defense, how do you weigh that compared to what they produce on special teams when it comes to those decisions?
I mean, once you said 53, you're way out there. That's like years away to me right now. But yeah, all those are conversations we'll have when we need to have those conversations. Right now, it's about today. It's about today's practice and meetings after practice, make those corrections. If we'll go a few days out and say, we're going to go to Chicago next week and practice against them and, make some evaluations with which, 6 receiver, tight end, special teams, how we handle that, how the performance in practice will, and games, I should say, will play into, the decisions we make when we get to the 53, which feels like, I know it's close. I know it's not that far out, but when you take a one day at a time approach, it's really not something that's kind of on the radar. But yeah, there's a lot of conversations that are had, whether it's 6 or how many tight ends, how many receivers, how many DBs, how many linebackers, how many quarterbacks. I mean, it's all those conversations are had, and we'll have them. I'm not saying we won't have them, but right now we're focused on today.
What is your playing weight at Boston College, and what is it now?
My playing weight at BC, senior year, 218. Yeah.
And now?
You want to take a guess?
218?
219. Yeah.
You probably heard the news this morning about Bobby Bowden. Did you have any encounters with him? Did you get to know him at all?
I didn't hear the news.
Oh, I'm sorry. He passed away.
Oh, man. Oh. Well, that's, extremely, my condolences to his family. Obviously a tremendous coach, leader, impacted a lot of young men. Man, I'm kind of going back to the Florida State Peter Wark kind of days, and Wark Dunn, and kind of thinking about those teams just kind of off the top of my head. And I think he was I never had any encounters with him. I've never met him. But I know a lot of people are sad. I know the impact that football coaches have on players, on coaches. I know it's a sad day for really the football world. I didn't know that. So, yeah, my condolences to his family and, to all the people who were impacted by him.
One more question?